Hey everyone, Digivoid Gaming here. Got a video for you guys like I promised. I'm a deck profile my black Wargreymon deck. Let's just get into this. So I'm gonna start off with the eggs. Playing one Gurimon. So Gurimon, when you attack, once per turn, if this Digimon has 6,000 DP or more, you just draw a card. So as long as you have the 6,000 or more, you're gonna get that draw. Pretty simple. I just need one. For the other eggs, I'm playing 4 Koromon. So when attacking, once per turn, just like the Greymon, if this Digimon has Omnimon or Greymon in its name, when you're attacking, you just draw one card. It's a Black Wargreymon deck, so there's bound to be Greymons, Metal Greymons, Wargreymons, and an Omnimon. So this is really consistent. Honestly, you can go either way. You can be 4 of these and 1 of those, or just 4 of these and 1 of those. You're gonna get the draws regardless. 14 rookies here. So first 2, which is a little, it's not really much of a tech, it's just no one's really using it. This can hit blue hybrid, this can hit yellow hybrid, this can also hit Mastamon. Any deck that wants to reduce the Digi-Evolution cost of a card to go into a Digivolve. And on top of that, during your turn, so if you have 2 of these on the board, they both give each other 3,000 DP. So they'll both be at 5,000, which is pretty cool because, you know, you can swing over things or you can go and kill blockers with them if they decide to block with them. Most of the blockers that are being used are like at least 5,000 DP. So these will like at least be able to cover that, assuming that they block. I'm only playing 3 of this Agumon from BT8, the one that searches any Greymon or an Omnimon. Also running 3 of the other black Agumon from BT8. So, you know, I am running Nokias and everything. It's just, I don't believe I need 4. I think this is good enough. So on play, reveal the top 3 cards from your deck. Add one Digimon card with Greymon in its name, and one Digimon card with Omnimon in its name among them, and put the other ones at the bottom. So that's pretty good, just so you can get like some searching in. 2 of this Agumon from BT1 on play, reveal the top 5, and then add 1 Tamer card among them. That doesn't mean it has to be red. It can be any Tamer card. So you can add Nokias and, you know, basically any Tamer really. So this is pretty good. Get some more searching in. For DP boost, I am playing this Agumon, the promo. It's inheritable as if this Digimon has Greymon in its name, it gets 2,000 plus DP. Fortunately, if you go into Omnimon and you have this at the very bottom, it's not going to get the 2,000 plus. So just make sure you guys watch out for that. Pretty simple. And then last but not least, like I said, I'm playing 3 of the black Agumon from BT8. This one's really good because I feel like, well, it's as good as it can get. It's a black Digimon, and you don't really have any black level 4s other than the Greymon that's from BT8 as well. I mean, you're supposed to go into that on top of this. That's the whole reason you're running it. But on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Greymon in its name and 1 card with Dragonkin in its traits to your hand. So that means you can add basically any Wargreymon. And I'm also running a card called Cyclonemon, which is dual colored, red and black, which is really important. And it's also a Dragonkin, so you can add that too with this. So that's pretty cool. And that's it for the rookies. I'm going to champions. Anyways, 2 of this Greymon. Some people play 4, which is fine. Some people play 3. I only need to see 2, to be honest. It's kind of tight. My deck's kind of tight with space here, so all this does is give something on top of an extra security check, and that's all you need it to do sometimes. I'm also only playing 2 of this Greymon from BT8 as well. Well, the other one's a promo, but this is BT8. When Digivolving, if this Digimon has an Agumon in its Digi-Evolution cards, gain 1 memory. So essentially, it only costs 1. It's a paid cost of 2 to Digivolve on top of a rookie, but if it's an Agumon, it'll get the memory. And then it's inheritable. While this Digimon has Omnimon or Greymon, it gets 2000 plus. Unlike the other Agumon that gives 2000 plus, this one does give Omnimon 2000. And that's pretty much it. This is one of my most favorite Greymons in the deck. It's pretty damn clutch, especially if it's in the stack and get to pop something. So in the security, if it's in the security at the end of the battle, play this card without paying its memory cost. And then on play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less. I don't even mind hard dropping this because 6 is like, it's just like passing your turn. But at the most, you'll be able to delete something on the board, you know. And I've won games because of this. In the mirror, I believe I won a game because of this one card in the mirror. So yeah, 2 Greymons. And my last Greymons are the BT8 Greymons. So this Greymon is black, obviously. And it can go on top of either red or black rookies. So that's where I use the black Agumon to go on top of him. To go underneath him. And then his inheritable, while you have a red Digimon in play, this Digimon gains blocker. So whatever's on top of this, as long as you have something red in play, it'll gain blocker. And that's pretty damn good because this deck doesn't have any blockers at all. So this potentially makes your level 5s into blockers. And, you know, your level 5s are pretty beefy. So, you know, they're not going to be able to get around them so easily. And then my last level 4s, I'm playing 2 Cyclomon. This card is Dragonkin, so you can add this with the black Agumon, which is pretty clutch. It's dual colored. I only ever need to see 1. And if I happen to have 2 on the board, that's fine. His inheritable is when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 2000 DP or less. It's really cheap to hard drop for a level 4 on top of that, for it being a dual colored, and it can go on top of either red or black. So you can also use this to go on top of the black Agumon if you have to. First but not least is Metal Greymon from EX. So Digivolve costs 3 on top of a 4, whether it's black or red. When attacking, when this Digimon attacks a player, so that means when you're attacking the stack, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less. So if you attack a Digimon to get over a Digimon on the board, it won't get that effect. So you have to be attacking the stack. And then its inheritable is pretty damn good. So while this Digimon has Machine or Dragonkin in its traits, it gains Piercing. So that alone is pretty nuts. Blockers ain't gonna mean shit to you if you have a Wargreymon on top of this. Granted, I'll show you guys which Wargreymons I'm running, but nevertheless, this is just a good card because of what it can do, and it can go on top of, you know, black or red. I'm playing 4 of the BT8 Metal Greymon. This card is just so good for what it can do. It has a lot. So I know it's a little pricey because of the cost. So it's 4 to Digivolve on top of level 4. Normally it only costs you 3 to get into an ultimate, but it makes up for everything for what it does. So when Digivolving, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Just trash 1 card on top of your opponent's Digimon, and then if it has no Digi-Evolution cards or becomes level 3 Digimon, you can't trash any more cards. Then delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. So you can de-Digivolve a champion and then bring it down to a rookie and then pop the rookie, which is so retarded. And then its inheritable is your turn. While this Digimon has Dragonkin or Machine in its traits, it can also attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. So you can get rid of things on the board that are causing you problems instead of just going straight for the stack. That is really good, to be honest, because you can buff up your Wargreymon pretty good up to like damn near 16, and then your Omnimon like to like damn near 20 if you have the right cards. It's black and red, so it can go on top of that Metal Greymon I just showed you before. I mean, I'm stupid. It can go on top of the Cyclomon and the other Greymons, the black one and the red ones, obviously. So, yeah. 8,000 DP, that's pretty damn good, too. And last but not least, I'm running 2 Chimeramon. So Digivolve cost on top of 4 is 4, just like this Metal Greymon. Luckily for us, it can go on top of any color. That's what that little rainbow means. And when you DNA Digivolve, all you need is 2 level 4s. It doesn't have to be specific. It doesn't have to be like 2 red or 1 red, 1 black, whatever. As long as you have 2 level 4s. And then on Digivolving, you may place 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card from your trash underneath this Digimon as its bottom Digi Evolution card. Then up to 4 of your opponent's Digimon get minus 1000 DP for each Digimon's colors until the end of your opponent's next turn. So this actually lowers the DP on certain things depending on how many colors you have. And then on your turn, when this Digimon is treated as also having the colors of its Digi-Evolution cards, while this Digimon has 4 or more colors, it gets 4000 DP. So this can potentially go up to 12,000 on its own, assuming you have 4 or more colors. Wait, yeah. And when you drop them, you can just reduce big things and get rid of them pretty easily. So like, if you have something with like 1300, you drop him and you have 3 colors because he counts as his own color. So it's yellow, it's white, red, and black. That's minus 3000 off that 1300. And assuming you have 4, that's if you have the 4 colors. Actually, that's 1, 2, 3. No, well, unless he has the 4 colors, then you're good, you know. And he'll get 4000, he'll be 12,000, and you'll just be able to swing over that thing, assuming that it's suspended. But overall, Chimeramon's really good, and then also, like it says, it becomes whatever color it has underneath the Digi Evolution sources. So it can either be a black or a red. So that really works really well in this deck. So that was it for my level 5s. Going into level 6s, I'm only gonna play 6 level 6s. And this is one of them right here. Black Wargreymon. It's a promo. Main effect, trash Digiburst, which trash 2 of this Digimon's Digi-Evolution cards to activate the effect below. Unsuspend this Digimon. So, in that last video where I screwed up that last game versus that X-Antibody, I was supposed to have a Cyclomon underneath that Chimeramon here so that it gains... So let's just say you have a stack of level 4 and another stack of level 4. Those 2 stacks become 1 underneath this, and then assuming you have a black Digi-Evolution card in its source, he can be also treated as black. So that's where I was supposed to go into this. And let's just say, so it's a Egg, Rookie, Champion. Egg, Rookie, Champion. That's 6 cards underneath him. So that's 2. You can unsuspend him 3 times along with his first check. So he can attack for 4 checks essentially on his own if you do that stack right. And that is really damn good. Like, that's pretty much all I can say this card needs to be doing. And it only costs 3 to Digivolve, unlike this Metal Greymon, Black Wargreymon, which is the main one from the deck from BT8. This thing is just too good for what it can do. So it's black and red. It can go on top of either black and red level 5s for pay cost of 4. When Digivolving, if this Digimon has a red Digi-Evolution card, choose any number of your opponent's Digimon. If this Digimon has a black Digi-Evolution card, choose any number of opponent's Tamers. The chosen cards play cost must add up to 6 or less. Delete the chosen cards. That is so ridiculous. And then all turns, once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, unsuspend this Digimon. It has an errata to where it says you may unsuspend it. So you can choose whether you want to or not. And it's only once per turn. And it also happens during your opponent's turn because it's all turns. This Black Wargreymon with the BT8 Metal Greymon underneath it is just so deadly, like, for what it can do. I can't wait to keep playing this deck and keep trying it out at locals. Hopefully I can go to locals again this weekend. And I'll give you guys an update video. And also I'll try to make sure that I can get my videos done right. I screwed up pretty badly last week when I was trying to get videos recorded. I pressed record apparently in one of my matches, and then when the match was over, it didn't record shit. So that's why I didn't have any local report videos to post up on the channel, but this week I will, hopefully. And that's it for my level 6s. I'm only running 2 level 7s in this deck, and I'll explain why. One Omnimon and one Zord Defeat. I had two Zord Defeat before, and I just kept drawing into them. I had two Omnimon before, and I never drew into them. So I don't know what the hell. So what I came up with is, well, check this out. Omnimon can go on top of Black Wargreymon for game, assuming that you've gone to all the checks that you needed. And then Zord Defeat can also go on top of Black Wargreymon for a pay cost of 3, and then just delete more Tamers. And if it dies, I'll delete a Digimon. So all in all, I can't, like, the way it's working now is just good. So I'm gonna keep it like that. By the way, I didn't have this at the tournament, so this is a new little upgrade. Playing 3 Nokia. On play, you may play one Agumon or Gabumon, but we don't have any Gabumons from your hand without paying the memory cost. So essentially, you can play this for 3, and then hard play another Agumon through this for free, and then get its on play effect. And then main, when digivolving into one of your Digimon card from your hand with Garurumon, Omnimon, or Greymon, you may suspend this tamer to reduce the memory cost of the Digi-evolution by 1. So I only run 3. A lot of people play 4. I just don't really see why I want to put 4 in here. But 3 is good enough, to be honest. And most of the stuff in here is only going to cost you 3 or less. Except the Black Wargreymon or the Metal Greymon from BT8. But this is why you run this. So you suspend all 3 of them at once, and then you essentially reduce the cost of those cards by 3, making them a 1 cost, which is so damn stupid. So that's Nokia. And I got 3 questionable choices here, but this is my Black Wargreymon deck, so this is how I'm going to play it. I am playing one of each tamer here. So I'm playing the Utai Kamiya along with the Yoli and the Hero. Mainly because Hero sets me to 3, and then when I'm attacking with a level 5 or higher Digimon, I suspend him, and then it gives it a 2000 plus boost. This is my main tamer that's going to set me to 3. And you only ever really need him once on the board. And that's if I hard drop him. Yoli is pretty damn good for what it can do. It's kind of like Cody, but for red. And it does what Metal Greymon does on top of that from BT8. So at the start of your main phase, if you have a red Digimon in play, which you most likely will, you gain a memory. And then during your turn, when one of your Digimon with 2 or more colors attacks, you may suspend this tamer to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. That is pretty damn good, because not only are you getting memory for sure, you're also going to attack with your Metal Greymon or your Wargreymon or even your Cyclomon, and then just get rid of anything with 3000 DP or less. Mainly those Digimon that can memory block, or, you know, just kind of screw you over. I am running 1 memory boost in here, so, you know, it's nice to have options while I'm attacking and building up my level 5s and going up to Wargreymon. Takemiya, some people are taking it over Marcus. I had 3 Marcus in here, but I took them all out because I just didn't really need the memory like that. All the memory I needed was just the 3. And if I happen to get an extra memory from like my memory boost. So this essentially makes up for the memory, the second memory boost I would be running. But this tie is really good because once per turn, when one of your Digimon, actually during your turn, when one of your Digimon, Agumon or Greymon, in its name moves from your breeding area to the battle area, you gain a memory, and then you draw 1 card. So if you get this early enough in the game, and you're just moving out Greymons and Agumons from your rising area, you're going to guarantee yourself a draw and memory. Along with this Yoli, that's 2 memory, and if you already have Hero, you're going to be going up to 5, essentially. Assuming you have all 3 cards on the board. Which is likely to happen, you know? For God's sake, sometimes I have all 3 Nokias and like 2 Marcuses. And it's just like, you know, at least I'll have these guys doing something while they're in my area here. So that's it for my tamers. And then we're going to get into the options. So I'm only running 4 options in this deck, which is kind of unheard of, but they're really good options though. So first option, red memory boost. You guys already know what this does. You reveal the top 4. You add one Digimon card among them that's red, and then put the rest in the bottom. This can add the dual colored cards, so that's why I'm running it. One Atomic Blaster essentially is just a cheaper Dark Gaia Force for me. And you know, it does come in pretty clutch. You can get rid of a lot of stuff with this. A lot of rookies gonna die with that card. I was playing one Trident Revolver, but this right here is just nuts. So reduce the memory cost of this card in your hand by 1 for each Digimon your opponent has in play. What else do I need to say about that? And then main, delete all your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. Your opponent can't play Digimon by effects until the end of the next turn. Security, activate the main effect. This is so freaking amazing. I only wish I could run more. I just don't have the space. I'd rather run Atomic Blaster over a second one of these. Don't ask me why. I just rather have do that. So one's good enough, to be honest. I can't even say it's not. And then last but not least, one Dark Gaia Force. So this card is just almost as good as, it's like Atomic Blaster on crack. So main, choose any number of your opponent's Digimon whose play cost adds up to 15 or less and delete them. And then security, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a pay cost of 15 or less. So either way, you're gonna get rid of stuff. I like his main effect better than the security effect, but the security effect literally just about does the same thing in the sense where it's like 15 or less because of the pay cost. But at least the main effect, you can choose up to a number of Digimon that adds up to 15. You can damn near wipe up a whole board like that. The thing is, you got to make sure that you have a black and a red color on the board in order to activate that. And I was running this at 2, but I had to take out the second one because sometimes I wouldn't, for some weird reason, I wouldn't have the requirements for this, and I just kept on fucking up. So one's good enough. If it's in the stack, that's fine. If I have it in hand, that's even more fine. I don't mind paying 8 to get rid of a whole board, you know? And that's it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys later.